Hello all, welcome to oratrainings.com. In this session, we'll discuss about inbound interface using ADF-DI tool. ADF-DI is called Application Development Framework Desktop Integration. So let us get into the outline. So we'll try to understand about what is ADF-DI, how do we run it, and what is the architecture behind it, and a sample demo and installation of it. So ADF-DI is built using ADF framework, and it is a plugin which need to be installed in Excel sheet as an add-on. So it involves Microsoft .NET components as well as ADF framework. And this ADF DI, once it is installed, it provides, once you open the Excel sheet for a particular ADF DI component of your Oracle Fusion application, nothing but let us say if you want to perform a general import using ADF DI, once you download the Excel sheet of that, like whatever the LOB components, they always communicate from your Excel sheet to the server for the particular instance of Fusion. Okay, so it's like a client-side communication which happens via HTTP network, and also all the ADF-DI components are designed using the MVC architecture-based components. So this is a high-level overview of the ADF-DI framework. So it is based on an ADF framework, and also it involves Microsoft .NET particular components which provides a communication between your Microsoft Excel as well as the Fusion. And how it works. So as I said to you, like once you open the Excel sheet which you got downloaded from your particular Fusion instance, it provides a username password which you have to where you have to provide a username password of your Fusion instance. Once you provide, it validates, and then your Excel sheet gets connected to the Fusion instance. And after that, once you upload all the data, like when you perform a submit, it validates all the data before the data gets uploaded in the Fusion. And one more important thing you have to find out, you have to consider this ADF-DI, we have to use it only for the smaller set of data uploads, like maybe a maximum of 500, right? So I can't say the exact limit. So it depends upon a particular kind of entity which you are working on. Let us say if it is a journal, I can consider importing of 1,000 records. But let us say if you consider a multi-sheet ADF-DI for another kind of entity, please be careful and find out how much it supports. We always need to validate and this is generally used for the purpose of like a very small set of data upload. Okay, and also you can clearly find out the validation, what kind of validation it requires whenever you want to really upload any data also. Okay, so the installation, what do you require for the purpose of, let us say, to perform ADF-DI installation, you have to download the exe file from your respective Fusion instance, and you have to have an implementation role user, so that the appropriate IT implementation role, or what are the security role which is provided to your particular or your organization for your Fusion SaaS instance. You have to navigate to the tools, and you have to click on download desktop integration installer. It provides a exe file, download and install. Once it is downloaded, make sure that you activate that particular plugin in the Excel sheet. Okay, once that is done, here I'm providing the same set of navigation. Now assume that you download the software and perform the installation. What is the next step, right? So in my case, I want to perform a general import. Okay, so what is the first step I have to do is I'll just go to my Fusion instance. So here I'm in the general import, I'll just navigate from the home again. So here I click on home, general accounting dashboard. Okay, okay, so here I'm there. Now just click on the task, and here if you observe, it is having a link called create journals in spreadsheet. So one more important thing you have to find out is that ADF-DI spreadsheet, I mean to say ADF-DI Excel sheet is not available for all the set of entities. You have to always validate your respective entity and the instance of your Fusion. Okay, so when you click on this one, so I'll just click on this one, I'll click on create journal in spreadsheet. So it will download an Excel sheet. Okay, so I'll just click on this one. So once I click on this one, it is just opening. So it is saying that, okay, I already opened another one. So I'll just close this existing one so that it will not have any impact. So let me open this one. Okay, I'll just click on this one. Okay. So now here, this is the first time I'm opening now this particular new sheet which I downloaded. Click on enable editing first of all. Okay. Yeah, can you see here? it is clearly saying that it want to connect to a particular Fusion instance. So here, if you observe the Excel sheet which I downloaded from a respective instance, it will connect to only that instance. So for every instance, whichever you want to perform ADF-DI, you always have to download that particular latest sheet from that particular instance. Click on yes. Now provide your SAS credentials. So in my case, I'll just provide this particular credentials for the FINA-IMPL user. Okay, click on sign in. Now it will validate the credentials. If everything works good, it will download some set of automatic data download, nothing but for my user, whatever the data which I have, it will download that. So the first thing here is you have to always make sure that you enter all the mandatory parameters. Click on ledger, I'll enter the ledger date. And also here, I'll just mention the accounting date. Okay. Now, then any other mandatory? Yeah, this is another mandatory parameter. So here, if you observe, it's an LOB. I just double click on that particular column and it provided I just clicked on that particular column and it popped up with an LOB. And now I'm selecting a record. So whatever the pop-up component which you're seeing, this is designed using ADF. Okay, ADF framework. Okay. Now here also, I want to enter my GL segment. I'll just double click on this particular cell. Okay, so it will open a pop-up and it fetches the real data from your particular instance. Okay, I'll just enter some particular data so that it will validate and get me the list of values. If it is available, I'll click on search. These are all ADF components which are based on the MVC architecture. Okay, select a particular record. Okay, I'll just click on OK. So as you know that for a GL, the majority of the data, the major set of column or mandatory set of columns are like your particular currency, date, and your accounting flexi-field, right? I'll just say 1000 for the debit and credit. I'll say 0 and make sure that the data is balanced. So that I'll just enter the second row also, and here click on OK. Just search it. Click on OK. Okay. The record got entered, and make sure that you enter the value, the mandatory columns like currency. And here I'll go with 0, and here I'll go with 1000. So now pretty much my data is balanced. Here you can observe that it got auto summed up, right? Total entered, debit and credit, all the stuff. Now what you can do is here, make sure that you always enter the mandatory set of columns. Click on submit. When you click on submit, it validates all the set of data which is required to be validated, and if everything is okay. Now here, if you observe, it is not giving me any error. Let us say if you would have entered some particular error stuff, it will not show this particular pop-up. It will give another error. Okay. Now what I want to do is I just want to validate the data before submitting, and you can select the appropriate option like submit, general, import, posting, all those things based on your particular setup configuration. Now click on submit. So once you click on submit, what it will do? It will load the data into the interface table. Okay. Now, yeah, what it is telling, one or more rows could not be loaded. Okay. So there are no details available. Submit failed. So now it is not okay. It cannot enter both debit and credit value in the same row. Okay. Maybe I would have selected same account. It's a different account, right? So yeah, sometimes we'll face these kind of issues. Yeah, this is a pretty much thing. You can't enter both debit and credit values in the same row. Yeah, I'm not entered, right? Let's see. Okay, maybe it is taking that 0 also. I'll click on submit again. Okay, as with validation, it is always best to select the validation stuff and perform the sign. Okay, now the data is getting inserted and it provided a job ID, ESS job ID, or nothing but a process ID. Okay, now what you can do is you can go to the Fusion instance. Okay, I'll just open the tab. Okay, and now click on tools. Schedule processes. And now here, if you observe, what was the ID? 377 it is showing, right? Yeah, perfect, 377. So this is how we can validate, or you can check the data also. Let us say if you want to validate whether data got inserted properly or how many rows it got inserted here. still you can check out all the data, right? So here, any error? No, right? Yeah, here. It is clearly telling the success, 2 lines. Now this is how we can perform the general import in this one. So now the logic here, if you observe carefully, so even when you perform the FBDI load, right? Let us say when you perform the FBDI load, what will happen? The data gets loaded into the interface table, and then it will perform the another set of things. But when you are using ADF-DI, so the data gets loaded into the interface table, and the import job runs automatically internally. We doesn't need to resubmit another extra job like that. Okay, that's the difference between ADF-DI and FBDI. FBDI, you can use it for the bulk data upload, and ADF-DI is very small set of data upload, and which is very much fast. And another important thing I want to tell you is, let us say if you are working on a particular instance, and if you're not aware of what are the accounts or what are the accounting periods you have to consider, what is the best thing you do is, once you go to the instance, before downloading your Excel sheet, just create a sample record and validate what kind of data is valid for your instance, and so that you can practice in a very efficient manner on this particular thing. Okay, thank you. And if at all, if you face any challenges in downloading the ADF-DI for your particular, let us say if you don't have permissions to download your ADF-DI, I have provided in the Google Drive, and this is the link for that. I'll provide this in a separate text file for your easier download option.